Your full-time job does two things for you. It puts money in your account every month, and it's supposed to build you something for retirement. That's the whole deal. What if two ETFs on $10 a day could do both of those things better? In this video, I'm going to show you and Josh how two ETFs can do what most retirement plans never will, how each one was selected, what's inside them, and what they've actually delivered. And in the end, I'll show you how one ETF that turns $10 a day into over $6,000 every single month in passive income, more than the average American salary, and the other turns that same $10 a day into a $3.4 million portfolio. Two goals, two ETFs. But before Josh picks a single ETF, he needs to understand what he's actually trying to beat. The average full-time worker in America earns around $62,192 a year, or roughly $5,182 a month. After taxes, that's somewhere around $4,000 a month. Rent across the US right now averages $1,741. Add groceries, utilities, car payments, insurance, and that paycheck covers your life. It keeps the lights on, but it takes 40 hours a week, every week, to keep it coming. You stop working, it stops paying. That's goal one. That's what your job gives you every month, but only as long as you show up. Now, goal two, retirement. If you do everything right, contribute to your 401k every single month for your entire career, the average baby boomer heading into retirement right now has $270,800 saved, after an entire career of showing up and doing the right thing. Now, if you apply the same standard 4% withdrawal rule to that number, you're looking at roughly $900 a month to live on. $900 a month. In a country where rent alone costs $1,741. That's not retirement. That's just a different kind of stress. And this is where Josh comes in. He's got a decent job, steady income, pays his bills on time. He's doing everything you're supposed to do. But one evening, Josh sits down and actually runs the numbers on where he's headed. $270,800 after decades of doing the right thing. $900 a month to show for it. Josh looks at that number and decides something has to change. Not how much he's saving, but how his money is actually working. So he starts digging, and the first thing he realizes is there's no shortage of options. There's a shortage of clarity. There are thousands of ETFs on the market right now, thousands of stocks, new strategies every week, and Josh does what most beginners do. He tries to figure it all out. He's reading articles, watching videos, comparing charts, jumping from one recommendation to the next. Every source says something different. Every strategy sounds convincing until the next one contradicts it. It's not that Josh isn't trying, it's that the game is designed to be overwhelming. Nearly 80% of actively managed funds, the ones with the highest fees and the smartest sounding managers, consistently underperform a simple index fund. The people whose entire job is to beat the market can't do it most of the time. So Josh stops trying to find the perfect pick and starts asking a different question. Not what's the best stock to buy right now, but what can I buy once and hold till retirement? The problem is there are over 3,000 ETFs trading in the US market right now, and if you've ever tried to pick one, you know how quickly that becomes overwhelming. So how do you narrow down thousands of ETFs to just two? Josh knows exactly what he's looking for. Something that can replace his monthly paycheck, and something that can build him a retirement fund that actually means something. Two goals, two very different jobs. He needs to find what fits each one. The first thing he looks at is track record, not just the good years. Any ETF can look great when the market is running. Josh wants to see what happened during the crashes, the corrections, the years where everything dropped. If a fund can't survive the bad stretches, it doesn't make the list. Next, he looks at dividends, but not the way most people do. A high yield means nothing if it isn't sustainable. Josh wants funds backed by companies that are genuinely profitable and committed to paying shareholders consistently. But yield alone isn't enough. Josh also filters for dividend growth, how fast that payment increases year over year. A dividend that stays flat for 10 years isn't income. It's a salary that never gets a raise. Josh wants ETFs where the payout is growing every single year without him adding a dollar. Then there's share price. Dividends coming in while the value of the portfolio climbs. That's where real wealth gets built. Income alone isn't enough. Growth alone isn't enough. Josh wants both to work at the same time. Josh runs every ETF through that filter. Out of 3,000, two make it. Next, I'll show you a fund that's projected to pay Josh over $6,000 every single month in passive income, more than the average American salary, And by the end, I will show you a second fund that turns the same $10 a day into a $3.4 million portfolio. Let's start with the one that replaces Josh's paycheck. It's called SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, and the reason it passes Josh's filter is simple. This fund's entire job is to pay you, and then pay you more the next year. Let's break it down. Josh starts with the track record. Over the past year, SCHD delivered a return of 12.86% through real market volatility. Over 5 years, it's up 27.22%, and over a full decade, SCHD has returned 129.68%, more than doubled, through crashes, corrections, and everything in between. That checks the first box. Now let's look at what's actually inside. SCHD holds 102 companies, names like Lockheed Martin, ConocoPhillips, Chevron, Coca-Cola, Verizon. These aren't startups hoping to turn a profit someday. These are businesses that have been generating cash for decades. The top 10 holdings alone make up about 42.53% of the fund. By sector, the biggest weight sits in energy at 21.14%, followed by consumer defensive at 16.97% and healthcare at 15.98%. Add industrials at 11.34%, and you've got a fund built around the parts of the economy that hold up no matter what's happening. Now the numbers that really matter. SCHD pays a dividend yield of 3.4%. That's 22% above the median ETF yield of 2.78%. But the yield is only half the story. Over the past 10 years, SCHD has grown its dividend payouts at a rate of 10.61% per year, nearly double the median ETF rate of 6.22%. And it has done this for 14 consecutive years without missing a single payment. What that means is every year Josh holds SCHD, it pays him more than the year before, without Josh doing a single thing. On top of that, SCHD delivers an average annual share price appreciation of 8.01%. So while it's paying Josh, it's also growing his portfolio value at the same time. And all of this comes with an expense ratio of just 0.06%, one of the lowest in the entire ETF market. That's everything Josh needs to see. $10 a day goes into SCHD. Every dividend gets reinvested, and he lets it compound. So where does that leave him? By year 10, his SCHD portfolio is projected at $64,024. By year 20, that grows to $284,221. And by year 30, $1,164,378. But the number that matters most isn't the portfolio value, it's the income. By year 30, SCHD is projected to pay $72,136 every single year. That works out to $6,011 every single month, passively. Josh doesn't have to work a single hour for it, and unlike his paycheck, this one doesn't stop when he does. And here's what's interesting. SCHD's portfolio value of $1,164,378 already beats the average retirement fund of $270,800 by more than 4 times. But Josh isn't done, because the next ETF doesn't just beat that retirement number, it triples what SCHD built, and beats the average retirement fund by more than 12 times. The second ETF is QQQ, the Invesco QQQ Trust. It tracks the NASDAQ 100 index, which gives you direct exposure to 100 of the largest non-financial companies listed on the NASDAQ. These are the innovators, the companies shaping the global economy right now, and the performance reflects exactly that. Over the past year, QQQ is up 26.77%. Over 5 years, it's delivered 86.22%, and over a full decade, 452.97%. That's your money growing more than 5 times over in 10 years. Now let's look at what's driving those returns. QQQ holds 104 companies and is heavily concentrated in technology, 51.65% of the entire fund. That means direct exposure to innovation, scalability, and the businesses that dominate global markets. Communication services make up 15.9%, consumer cyclical 12.83%, with smaller allocations across healthcare, industrials, and consumer defensive. The top holdings are the names that define the modern economy. Nvidia leads at 8.9%, followed by Apple at 7.35%, Microsoft at 6.13%, Amazon at 4.9%, and Meta at 4.03%. Just those 5 make up over 30% of the fund. Add Alphabet, Tesla, Walmart, and Broadcom, and the top 10 account for 48.3% of QQQ's total value. These aren't companies people stop using. They're the infrastructure of modern life. Now the metrics. The dividend yield sits at 0.47%, and yes, that's low, but that's by design. The companies inside QQQ are focused on growth. They're reinvesting profits back into their businesses rather than paying them out. That said, QQQ has still grown its dividend payouts at a rate of 9.73% per year and has maintained 18 consecutive years of payments. The income is small, but it's growing in the background. The real story is the share price. QQQ's average annual appreciation stands at 18.73%. That kind of growth has the potential to double your money roughly every 4 or 5 years. And the expense ratio? Just 0.18%. So Josh does the same thing he did with SCHD. $10 a day, reinvest everything. By year 10, his QQQ portfolio is projected at $90,207. By year 20, that grows to $596,907. And by year 30, $3,425,588. QQQ's job was never to pay Josh every month. Its job was to build him a retirement fund that most people can't reach in an entire career. And SCHD's job was to make sure Josh never needs to work for a paycheck again. So did they deliver? At the start of this video, Josh set out with 2 goals. Let's see exactly where he landed. Goal 1 was income, a passive stream strong enough to replace what a full-time job pays every month. The average American paycheck comes out to roughly $5,182 a month, and SCHD is projected to pay Josh $6,011 in monthly dividend income. That's $829 more than the average paycheck every single month, and Josh doesn't trade a single hour for it. Goal 2 was wealth, a portfolio that doesn't just match what the average career produces but blows right past it. The average baby boomer retires with $270,800 after decades of contributing. Josh's QQQ portfolio alone is projected at $3,425,588, more than 12 times that number from $10 a day. And if you add SCHD's portfolio value of $1,164,378 on top of that, Josh is sitting on a combined $4,589,966, nearly 17 times the average retirement fund. The average retirement fund isn't even in the same conversation. SCHD gives Josh the cash flow, and QQQ gives him the scale. One pays him every month, while the other builds him a fortune. Together, they create something most retirement plans never come close to, a portfolio that generates real income and real wealth at the same time. Josh doesn't need to pick stocks or watch the market every day. He doesn't need a financial advisor charging fees to do what 2 ETFs do on their own. $10 a day and the patience to let it work. That's the whole plan. If you want to see how $25 a week into Fidelity index funds could pay you over $4,800 every single month, that video is on screen right now.